Flip to Freedom, episode number 29. Hello again, this is Sean Terry from the Flip to Freedom podcast, and we are on episode number 29. Now, if you're brand new listening for the very first time, I'd like to welcome you and let you know that I am here to help you escape the 9-to-5 and live the lifestyle of your dreams by learning how you can make an absolute fortune flipping properties in your spare time, even if you have no cash, you have no credit, you have no experience. I don't care if you have a full-time job. I don't care whatever the excuse may be. You can flip properties in your spare time and you can make an absolute fortune doing it. So in this episode, I'm going to tell you why I am a little upset. I got two different things that rattled my cage this week, and I'm not happy. And I'm going to tell you exactly why and how we can learn from it. I'm also going to share a story with you at the end about a guy named Joe that I know, and it's quite a touching story. So, if you'd like to learn more about Flip to Freedom, who I am, and also receive my free 129-page comprehensive blueprint on exactly how to quit your job in 19 weeks or less, you can visit flip2freedom.com. You can visit the site there. You'll see a video of me on the front page. There'll be a place where you can enter your email, and then I will email you a link of where you can download this report for free. And I can let you know that I have got a ton of reviews off this book that I wrote. I literally hold nothing back. I explain exactly how to quit your job in 19 weeks or less, a detailed blueprint for flipping properties with no cash, no credit, and no experience. I would also like to thank several different people who have wrote reviews in iTunes. So they actually went into the iTunes store, found the podcast, and wrote reviews. And here's what a couple said. First one is Mike Money McQueen. Love the handle. Awesome. He says, awesome. He said, first thing first, I'd like to thank Sean for taking the time to do these podcasts. You can't get this exclusive, need-to-know information that he gives out for free anywhere else. Thanks again, Sean. I look forward to being on one of your podcasts talking about my success that you have helped me achieve. Well, thank you for writing that review, Mike the Money. Appreciate it. Next one is from Joe Clements from New York, and he writes, outstanding. Wow, this is unbelievable job, Sean. The value of the information you unselfishly share in this series is amazing. There's absolutely no one in this industry giving away such detailed step-by-step course for free. Thanks for paying it forward. Now, he is actually talking about a series that I recently did, episodes number 20 through 26, where I basically go through in detail on exactly step by step, and I literally leave nothing out. So gotta listen to that, episodes number 20 through 26. The next one is from Corey Smith. He says, amazing, 5 stars. He says, Sean is the real deal. There is no one in the industry that teaches with the simplicity the way he does. He is straightforward and honest in every teaching, and you can hear the passion that he has to help others in each and every episode. Thanks, Sean. You are a blessing. Well, maybe after this episode, they won't be writing reviews because, like I said, I'm not too happy. And I'm going to tell you why and how we can learn from it. Well, first things first, I want to tell you, several months ago, I got a gentleman sent me a message on Facebook, and I get messages coming from everywhere, from text and email and Facebook and all over the place. So anyways, I try to respond to everybody as best I possibly could. But the story is this. I'm not going to name any names or say anything, but of course. But he basically said that, listen, he's in foreclosure. He's losing his house. He's lost his job. He's, in real estate, and he wants to be a real estate investor. And do I have any information for him that could help him get out of his situation? So I said, okay. I said, fine. So I got right back to him. I said, listen, download my book. I actually called him. I called him and talked to him for a little bit, and I said, listen, read my book. It goes through in details exactly step by step what you need to do. And I pointed him to 2 or 3 different podcasts that I recorded that he could listen to and get some great content and great information that he could apply. And I said, listen, once you do that, once you read the book, once you go through all this information, I said, give me a call back, and then I can possibly help you, walk you through the steps. Well, time passed. Several months passed, and no call, no nothing, had no idea. So I said, okay, well, he must have figured it out, and he's done well. So I started, I'm pretty active in Twitter and in Facebook and stuff like that. Well, I actually follow this gentleman on Twitter, so I get to see a lot of different tweets and stuff. And I happen to notice that he would retweet all the gurus, every real estate guru, you name him, he's following him, he's retweeting all of their stuff, which is fine, but that takes time, to get on there and go through and read all the stuff and retweet it and stuff like that. So he's retweeting all this stuff. Well, recently, yesterday, he emailed me and said, hey, I'm thinking about getting FreedomSoft. Now, I'm sure you've heard all the hype about FreedomSoft. FreedomSoft is a great product. I use it daily, and I really like it. But he emailed me and said, hey, listen, I'm still haven't found a job. Now, we're talking months later. I have limited. I have hardly any money. I haven't flipped a deal yet. Flipped a house yet, and should I get FreedomSoft? Can I scrape the money together and get FreedomSoft? Now, why did that make me mad? Because, and not really mad at him, mad at the idea in general. Because this is the thing. Well, first off, no. Shouldn't get FreedomSoft. Heck no, don't even get FreedomSoft. Because guess what? You can have FreedomSoft, but if you don't do anything with it, you're not going to get any results out of it. FreedomSoft is a tool to use to go out and get success and get results. Like I said, I have FreedomSoft, but I apply effort, and I work, and I send the letters. I turn around and set the pay-per-click campaigns up, to market for motivated sellers. I have that to drive leads. If you don't have leads coming through FreedomSoft, then FreedomSoft is literally worthless. If you don't do the marketing campaigns through FreedomSoft, then FreedomSoft is worthless. So he's, doesn't have a job, losing his house foreclosure. He's got, kids and stuff like that, and he's worrying if he should get FreedomSoft because they might miss out on an opportunity. You kidding me? Well, my response back to him was this: there is no secret sauce. That's the bottom line. There is no secret sauce. If there is no magic formula, magic training program, magic this, magic that, nothing. Okay, that's it. Knowledge is great. I believe in knowledge 100%. I believe in getting as much information as possible, but I give away enough information for free, way more than I ever had when I first got started, and now is the best time to get involved in real estate. Well, anyways, so there is no secret sauce. So you know what I told them? I said, go to work. Go to work. Get off your butt. Stop worrying about this. Stop retweeting. Stop doing, worrying about FreedomSoft. You don't have time to do that. Get off your butt and go to work. That's the bottom line. It takes action. Action is massive action is the number one thing. You shouldn't be worrying about that. All these, retweeting all this stuff. You should be going out there busting it. There's 2 things you should be doing: marketing for motivated sellers and marketing for cash buyers. If you market for motivated sellers, you'll find deals, and to find deals, you can sell them to cash buyers, and if you sell them to cash buyers, you can make money, and that is the number one focus in this business, especially in that situation. Now, if he had a job and he's working part-time and he's, I get it, I understand, but in a situation where they need cash immediately, well, I think the advice I gave him way back when, I said, listen, go get a job. I don't care if it's at the grocery store, to get income coming in to take off the pressure. Then turn around and start doing real estate on the side until you can accumulate enough cash to be able to feel safe and confident in your business that you can turn around and quit. But in the email I sent him yesterday, I was fired up because, guess what? Listen, guys, this is the deal. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not like, oh my gosh, I'm going to make tons of money overnight. It's not going to happen. This takes time. It takes energy to set up your system, but you can make a lot of money, and you can make a lot of money quick. I mean, like one of the students I'm working here in Phoenix put out bandit signs, made $7,800 in his first 3 weeks. Well, guess what? He put out hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bandit signs all over the place. He got calls coming in. He took the calls. He went on appointments, and he negotiated contracts, and he got the deal, and we turned around and sold it. But it took effort. It took effort to go out and put the bandit signs out. It takes effort to write the letters. It takes effort to send the letters, yellow letters for the marketing. So why I'm perturbed about this is because there's so many people out there that bounce around from opportunity to opportunity to opportunity, but they don't put the time, energy, and effort and focus to go out and get the results. I'll give you another example. Later happened this week. There is a gentleman that I met actually before I launched the Flip to Freedom Academy. We happened to hear a podcast, and he was getting started, and he got excited about it, and all excited. And he's like, I'm going to be your top guy, man. I'm going to make you proud. I'm going to get tons of deals, man. This is going to be incredible. I said, great. Single dad, 2 kids, very nice guy. And so I worked with him, tried the best I can do to try to help people out. Well, in turn, he got going and got started. He put some marketing, put some bandit signs out. Then he put some letters out, and then he put a couple more bandit signs out. And then I found that he was targeting other members of the Flip to Freedom Academy and trying to get them to join an online marketing program to do like an online store. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Takes focus. So all of a sudden, gets excited, for a month or 2 months, does a little bit of effort, doesn't get these, great results that, because of little effort, little results, and then turns around and goes, oh, here's another opportunity. Well, maybe I'll do this. And then turns around and then starts trying to push everybody else in that opportunity. Man, my eyes were boiling red. I was fuming mad. Why? Not only because he can choose to do what he wants to do. That's not the problem. That's not the problem at all. If he wants to focus on real estate, put everything you got into it, give it 18 months, crank it out, put forth the effort, and you will get results. I guarantee it. But what I was upset about is that now, since his lack of focus, he in turn now is trying to influence other people, right, to turn around and pretty much change their focus to other opportunities, and which is one of the biggest reasons why people fail. It's called lack of focus. So you got 2 different things, and what can we learn from this? The first thing we can learn is this. The first person is, listen, it takes massive action in whatever you do. And it's going to take massive action in doing things to get results. Marketing for motivated sellers and also marketing for cash buyers. Those are what you can do, and you'll get calls coming in, and you can't help but get deals. I'm telling you, you cannot mess up a smoking deal. Because, I've had motivated sellers literally just say, listen, come to my house, sign the contract, I'll do it for whatever price you want, and I make the deal work. If you take enough calls, you'll get enough results, and you'll get those results, and then you can get those motivated sellers, and you'll find the properties, and if it's a good deal, the deal will sell. I'll tell you that right now. So the number one thing is massive action. Got to take massive action. And number 2 thing is lack of focus. So what can we learn from that? Now, I happened to talk to him, and he obviously apologized immensely and said he's sorry, for trying to influence other, Academy members to try to get in this other deal, and I get it. I appreciate that. And also, I'm a forgiving person. But the bottom line is this, is that what we can learn from it is this lack of focus. You must focus on getting results and focus for something, not for 30 days, not for 2 weeks. And the thing is this, you don't go put out 25 bandit signs and go, oh my God, this doesn't work. You don't go put out 25 letters or 100 letters or whatever and you, oh my gosh, you don't miraculously make $10,000 in your first month and then quit. It doesn't happen that way. When I first got my first deal, everyone told me I was nuts. Everyone told me there's no way I can find real estate for that cheap. Everyone told me it's never going to work. Everyone told me you can't make it happen. Everyone I talked to, they said there's no way you can find properties at that cheap and flip them to cash buyers, and you have to have, you can't do it without credit or cash. You can't do it. See, for me, I get mad. Tell me I can't do it, I'm going to do it 10 times over. That's just my personality. I used to be a Marine, and maybe that's the way it is, but I get bent out of shape. And see, that fire and that just getting bent sometimes enables you to push through obstacles and get through it. And so, you know what I did? I went out and I bought this course. Told everybody about the course. They all said it was nuts, and they basically told me to go knock on doors, knock on pre-foreclosure doors. And then if you knock on enough pre-foreclosure doors, you're going to find someone who wants to sell their house, and then you can get it under contract. So you know what I did? I went out and knocked on pre-foreclosure doors. I knocked and I knocked and I knocked until I was blue in the face. The first door I knocked on, I literally was freaking out. I couldn't talk. I was pacing. I was driving up and down the street trying to do everything to avoid it. But you know what I knew? It was that massive action gets results. Massive action gets results. So I walked up to the front door. I knocked on the door. I tripped over my tongue. This big old massive guy with a wife beater t-shirt, bald, came to the door all sweaty. It's 110 degrees out in Phoenix. And I'm sitting there out front saying, trying to spit out, hey, my name's Sean. I wonder if you'd like to sell your house before it goes to auction. That's what I was trying to say, and it didn't come out just like that. But, did I quit? Did I knock on 10 doors and then quit? No. I was fired up. I was going to make it work no matter what. I didn't care what anybody said. I was going to find a way to make it happen. And I knocked on more doors, and I talked to more people, and I screwed up. You know how many doors I knocked on when people said it? No. Told me to get lost. When a dog came in and chased after me. When people pulled guns on me. And I'm in my program, and if you read my book, I don't tell you to knock on doors. It's absolutely nuts. I would never tell you to do that. It's a lot easier to write, have letters sent, handwritten, yellow letters sent for you, and then actually knock on doors. But the bottom line is this, is that was the path that I was pretty much taught to go down. And I followed that path, and I made $11,008 in my first 3 weeks. And that was my check to pretty much shove in everybody's face. All the naysayers that told me I was crazy, I had my check. And I said, hey, look what I got. I got a check. And literally that shut everybody up. I heard someone now, when someone say it's called a shut up check, because there's nothing like it. There's nothing like getting that check and just saying, hey, look it, I did it. You don't think I can do it? Guess what? I'm going to do it again. It's having the backbone. It's having the guts. It's having the getting pissed off, getting mad that you want to go out and get results. And that's the thing. And see, we have one of the greatest opportunities right now in this lifetime. I can tell you that one of the greatest opportunities. Real estate, there is no better time to negotiate with motivated sellers than right now, because think about it. The market is depressed. Cash buyers know that and know it's an opportunity to buy. Smart money is going after real estate right now. And what happens is when you're dealing with motivated sellers, it's a lot easier to negotiate with motivated sellers now when the market's so bad than it is going to be when the market comes back in a roaring speed in the next 3 to 5 years, whatever it is. Hopefully not anytime soon. So now is the time to get involved in real estate. And I want to tell you this, because, opportunities are never lost. They just go to somebody else. Your opportunity to get involved in this business is right now. And I told the story in the, when I first got started, and the decision that I made to get started. And what it was is that it was a Saturday afternoon, and I had a pool and landscape company that I started before I got in real estate. And I actually hated it because I hated dealing with stupid plants that I had to replace, and trees that died, and actually I put together I had a landscape company and a pool company, and I found a great pool guy that built pools and a great landscape guy that did landscape, and I pretty much said, I'm going to do all the marketing, all the sales, I'm going to do all the design, I'm going to sell the jobs, I'm going to mark it up for a premium. So that's what I did, and actually did really well. Because I was, there's new construction going on, and I hustled, man. I'm a hustler. So I went out there and I pitched my program, and I did designs, and I did bids, and I closed deals, and I got deals, but it was difficult because first off I had to replace plants in 110 degree heat, and I'm the one that actually did it. And my wife actually said, "Hey, you should get back involved in real estate." Now, I was involved in real estate in 1992, and I actually bought an 8-unit apartment complex, but then I kind of got out of that, and I got into another business that I did where I actually traveled all across the country and trained and did sales training for thousands of people in a weekend, which I loved doing. It was great. But what happened is my wife said, "Hey, you should get back involved in real estate." So I was on a Saturday afternoon. I was going to a pool and landscaping appointment, and on the way to this appointment, it was a Saturday afternoon. It was right about this time right now, so there was college football was on, and I was flipping through the stations, the radio station. I heard, looking for College Game Day, and I heard this guy talking about how you could buy properties, you could flip properties with no cash, no credit, and no experience, and you could make $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $5,000 without having a dime invested. And I thought the guy was crazy. I thought he was nuts. I was like, there's no way you could do that. That is ridiculous. How the heck could you get involved in real estate? Because all I knew was no money down real estate, where you actually bought the property, you hung on to it, and then you use it as a rental. That's what I learned from Robert Allen when I bought the book Nothing Down Real Estate. So I didn't know you could actually flip properties, but basically this guy's course taught me how to flip properties. So I was driving down, flipping through the channels. This guy was talking about it, and I was like, this guy's nuts, because I'm skeptical by nature, and I turned the radio channel back to the sports station. And I said, forget it. And I started listening to sports. I was driving down the street, continue going. Something in my gut, I don't know what it was, but something in my gut made me turn the channel back and continue listening to this gentleman tell how I could flip properties with no cash, no credit, and no experience. And I ended up buying his course, and I devoured it over a weekend. And I went out, and he taught to knock on pre-foreclosure doors like I talked about. And I went and did that. And like I said, everyone told me I was crazy. But that was a decision point for me. Do you realize that? That point where I turned the channel back, that was a tipping point. And I can tell you right now, from that point till today, I've bought and sold over $120 million worth of property. I've made millions of dollars investing in real estate, and I continue every single day. I'm doing deals on a daily basis, every single day in this market right now, flipping properties in Phoenix, Arizona, and it's a blast. But I put it all back on that point right there as my tipping point for success. If I did not turn that channel back right there and continue listening to what that gentleman had to say, I would not be here today. I can tell you that for a fact. Now, I might have been doing some other opportunity, but I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be doing real estate. I wouldn't have a podcast. I mean, things happen for a reason. But that, for me, was a major tipping point in my life, turning point. So this might be a turning point for you, listening to this podcast and getting involved and getting started. But it's going to take energy. It's going to take effort. It's going to take time. It's going to take focus. but you will get results. You will get results if you put forth the effort. Now, I want to tell you a story real quick about a gentleman by the name of Joe. Now, as you know, I was in the Marine Corps for 4 years, and I actually was in the Gulf War in 1992. And I was 18 years old at the time, and I happened to be over in Saudi Arabia on tour. We actually sailed over there on the USS Tripoli at the time, huge helicarrier that we sailed from San Diego out to Hawaii out to Oman, actually, and we did a training op out there, but then actually went into Kuwait and did that whole thing, and it was not a fun time. It was definitely scary because we never knew what the situation was. I remember in the middle of the night, the huge sirens would barrel off, and we had to put our mop gear on, which is our gear to protect us from any type of like Agent Orange or gas gear or anything, and gas mask and all this stuff on to protect us from chemical warfare. So that was happening, and and I was in a different country. I was 18, 19, 20 years old, whatever it was at the time. In 1992, I was 22, and I met this gentleman. His name was Joe. While I was over there, and Joe was, how could I explain Joe? Joe is from Iowa, right? And Joe is your classic, perfect, like the all-American boy, I mean, he had bright blue eyes, he was tall, probably about 6 feet, 6'1", had short blonde hair, obviously he was in the military, the nicest guy in the world. I mean, the guy was just, sweet as pie, nicest guy in the world, and he would be telling me stories about his girlfriend that he met and when he was in Hawaii, and he was actually stationed in Hawaii and then got stationed out to Saudi Arabia and to Kuwait. So he was telling me about his girlfriend and showed me his picture of how beautiful she was and how excited that they're in love and he wants to get married, and he's a young kid. I mean, he was a farm boy from Iowa. And what's more I can explain about Joe is that he's just a real genuine, honest, good to go guy. Not a person you'd look at as a Marine, but a guy that just would go out of his way to try to help people out. Well, we actually went into Kuwait, and we before we when the Kuwait got pretty devastated there, but we had like Cobra helicopters, we had all of our gear and everything, and we're barreling into Kuwait, and we stopped one night in a hangar, a huge military hangar, big air hangar, and we actually slept inside the hangar, and I remember being like human poop all over the ground. There was rats running around. It was pretty disgusting, but we had to sleep there. But we were also on watch all night to make sure that no one would sneak up and attack us. But the morning we woke up, and we had these meals, and they're called meals ready to eat, and we were all sitting down, crouched around, and the guy had a little Bunsen burner, and we haven't had a hot meal or a shower in about a month. And we were all sitting around this Bunsen burner, and we were heating up this meals ready to eat, this food in a package, to try to get a hot meal, because we haven't had a hot meal in forever, right? So Joe, comes up and he's sitting down, and then he goes out and he walks out into the desert to go to the bathroom, right? Because we didn't have any toilets there, so you basically had to grab toilet paper and go out in the desert. As he was walking out to the desert, and he goes around and walks down, he goes over a hill, and we hear a boom. It was like nothing. I mean, I dropped to the ground, and my face was in the dirt in a matter of seconds. Dust was everywhere, smoke was everywhere, and I was in my face, shaking. And I looked up. There's just all this desert and dust and everything in the air. And I realized that Joe, our friend Joe, stepped on a landmine and was blown to smithereens. Joe was dead. I was in shock. Couldn't believe it. But that happens. And I tell you right now, and I want to tell you this story because of this, is because Joe died as a U.S. Marine defending our country to give us freedom to do what we want to do. He died for your opportunity. He died for my opportunity. He died for our opportunity to take advantage and not live a mediocre life, to live a great life, an exceptional life, to have more things and do more things and be more things than we've ever dreamed possible. But Joe laid down his life, as tragic as that was, so you and I could take advantage of opportunities and live the American dream. And we are in America. The greatest country. I know it's all crazy now with the political stuff going on, but the bottom line is this, is that America is the best place. You were born here, and now you can take advantage of the incredible time we have right now to get out of this. But you know what? Joe will never experience the joy of his 7-year-old daughter running up to him and giving him a hug when he walks in the door. He'll never experience that. I wanted to share that story with you because of this. Because I want you to do it for Joe. Do it because he laid down his life for an opportunity for you and I to take advantage of. And I'm sorry I'm getting so tongue-tied in this episode, but I just wanted to share that with you because I believe in you. I believe you have what it takes to get success. I didn't email and talk to these two gentlemen that kind of made me upset today or the other day. I didn't take the time to email those guys back unless I didn't think they had potential. We all have potential. It's what we do with that potential. They just need a little tough love and a little guidance and focus so they could go out, and hopefully it will change their lives for the better. Now is the time to seize the day. Get involved in something. Stand for something. And if real estate's your gig, well then you found the right spot. Because with the previous episodes, I pretty much lay out everything on the line in the book at flip2freedom.com. And you can listen to it. So I want to end it with this. We've got one life to live. That's it. One life. Between when you were born and when we're going to die, there's the dash in the middle. And that dash is the most important thing. Let's make a decision right now, right today, to decide not to be mediocre. Let's make a decision to be exceptional. And we're going to put forth the effort. We're going to put forth the energy. We're going to have a backbone. We're not going to quit when the going gets tough. We're going to focus and we're going to get results. And we're going to be able to quit our job and live the lifestyle we've always dreamed of. And then we in turn are going to pay it forward. And we are going to help other people in the exact same situation. That's what we're going to do. So I want to thank you for your time, and I want to thank you for listening to this podcast. I greatly, greatly appreciate you, your audience. I appreciate the people that have subscribed to iTunes and listened. I've greatly appreciate the people in the Flip to Freedom Academy. We have a lot to be thankful for in this Thanksgiving coming up. And that's what it's all about. So until next week, take care and God bless.